What's going on, guys? It's your boy CMB, back in the building, back with another video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Now, guys, let's get into this really quickly. I just got home, back from Dallas. Hadn't been here probably any longer than 30 minutes. My luggage is still sitting behind me here. I haven't unpacked yet, but I wanted to get on here really quickly and talk about your boy Errol Spence Jr. Last night, guys, dominated Danny Garcia. Excellent performance. He retained his WBC, IBF welterweight titles. Uh, I was just blown away by Errol Spence Jr. last night. But I watched both of their press conferences, and before I talk about Errol, I just want to touch on Danny Garcia's situation. And shout out to Danny for being game. Shout out to the people of Philly. I know you guys came up short last night, but you have no reason to hang your head low. Danny is a great fighter, guys. He's a great fighter. He just came up short last night. But anyway, I know a lot of people probably been talking about it. The tension between Danny and his father, Angel Garcia. It was evident. It was kind of clear. You could kind of see it there during the press conference, and Angel was bigging his son up, talking a lot of stuff before the fight. And let me say this, guys. Angel Garcia, it's clear to me that he loves his son. Some fathers are going to be more vocal. You see how Errol Spence Jr.'s father is. He's kind of quiet, kind of laid back, doesn't really talk a lot. He's kind of like Errol. He just lets the stuff in the ring speak for himself. Angel, he's a little more boisterous about his son. He's proud of his son, and some people are going to be that way. I know it probably annoys Danny sometime, but Danny's a respectful guy. I don't think he's ever going to disrespect his father, and he's just going to keep his mouth shut. You can see the anger sometimes boiling up in him, but he's never going to say anything. But I think they just, Danny just needs to go home, get some rest, be with his family, get well, and him and his dad sit down and, see what's going to be next for Danny going forward in his career. Sometimes time heals all wounds, guys, and it's just going to take a little time. I think they're going to be on the same page again. It's just that right now, emotions are raw, and sometimes that happens, man. That happens in family, especially when you're working together. So I don't have any animosity towards Angel. He just likes to talk, man. He's like that your uncle that likes to talk, or your grandpa that likes to talk. So I think he loves his son. I think they'll be okay. So just wanted to get that out there. But I want to talk about Errol, guys. And I hear a lot of people saying that he looked rusty. I saw Errol himself say that he was a little rusty. And I got to say, if that was rusty, in my opinion, guys, if that was rusty, him at 100%, that's going to be a sight. These other welterweights in the division, the other top guys, like Manny Pacquiao, Sean Porter, Bud Crawford, Keith Thurman, those guys are going to have to be on their A game. If Errol was rusty last night, I mean, think about it. He came back from a devastating car accident. He had to deal with the pandemic stuff and get well, come back and train, and he put on a performance like that last night. A devastating performance. He put a clinic on Danny Garcia last night. His athleticism was on point. That his jab was on point. He just out skilled Danny Garcia last night in that fight. It was apparent, and it was something that he said before the fight. I think it was during a press conference, he said he lived, slept, and pooped boxing. And that was apparent that he did that. He mentioned that the training camp was different this time. You know, he usually balloons up in weight, and then he goes to training camp, and then you're losing weight during training camp. But he didn't do that this time. He started working out before training camp. He was a gym rat. He said he went back to the beginning, basically like how he used to do it. And then by the time he got to training camp, he was in good shape, and he could work a lot more on his skill set. And it was apparent. He looked really sharp to me. I know he said he was at 70%, but my God, I'm afraid for the other welterweights if that was 70%. I just thought he had an excellent performance in my eyes. And I know some people, people going to different opinion. I've heard some people in their videos say he looked a little rusty. I didn't see it, but maybe I'm missing something. But I respect other people's opinions when it comes to this YouTube thing. But yeah, man, he definitely was living the fighter lifestyle when it came down to this fight. No more partying, drinking, hanging out. You see he's living on a ranch now. I even seen your boy walking around in cowboy boots. Got horses, talking about getting steers, and it was just a different look for him, and it paid off for him in this fight. Being able to dominate somebody like Danny Garcia like that in devastating fashion, and being on a layoff for so long, because Danny had one fight this year. He fought back in late January, and Errol hasn't fought since the Sean Porter fight and since the accident. So you got to give it to him. You can't deny his greatness. I know people are going to try to do it, but you can't. You can just see it. It stars bright. So, but yeah, guys, that's all I want to say about Errol Spence Jr. He was victorious last night. Excuse me, against Danny Garcia. What's next for Danny? Like I said, we don't know, but I'm sure him and his father are going to put their heads together and come up with a game plan. Errol Spence Jr. Sky's the limit for him, guys. So let me know what you guys thought about the fight last night. Let me know about what you thought about the situation with Danny and his father. Did you see the tension at the press conference? And what do you think's next for Errol Spence Jr., guys? It's the CMB. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.